Hi guys, we are here today to talk about an item that came in my October Boxycharm box, and that is this Temptu Shimmer Bronzer. Now we are going to spend some time playing with this, a little relaxed. I'm not going out anywhere after this because I'm telling you up front, I kind of feel like this is not going to be a product for me, but we are going to test it in a number of different ways, play around with it, and learn a bit more about this and the company itself. So, Temptu is best known as a company for their airbrush makeup. They do airbrush systems where it does mascara and blush and highlight and contour with an airbrushing system. And I have to admit, whenever I think of using an airbrush system blowing makeup at your face, I think about, did you ever see that episode of The Simpsons where Homer decides that he's going to become an inventor like Thomas Edison, and he's coming up with all these kind of crappy inventions, and he comes up with a makeup shotgun that he fires at Marge and her makeup is all over her face? That is what I think of when I think of airbrush makeup. So it's not something that tempts me in any way. I can see airbrush makeup being something that's good for a special event if you're doing photo shoots or a wedding or something like that, but I just can't picture sitting down at my vanity every day and firing up an airbrush to spray my face and do my blush. Also of note, and I thought this was interesting, they have products to do the roots in your hair as well with airbrush, which actually to me seems more interesting than the makeup airbrush, because I dye my hair, my roots start to grow in, and if there was a way to sort of cover those roots sometimes, that would be good. Although I also think, doesn't it just transfer to everything? They also, and I would love to see someone test this, so I'm gonna go Google it and see if I can find it. They also do airbrushed eyebrows, and they come with stencils to put on your eyebrows and then spray with the airbrush makeup system. And I don't know how well that would work if you did not have the perfectly shaped eyebrows for the system. So I'm just telling you now, I'm going to be Googling that later because I'm curious to see somebody trying to do that. But this does not need an airbrush system. This is a shimmer bronzer, and they list a few different ways on the website for you to use this, and I'm going to test those out. That's why I don't have any eye makeup on right now. They talk about this being able to be used as a eyeshadow and also as a base for your eyeshadow, so I'm going to put that to the test. They talk about this being used as a bronzer, and then also that you can mix it into moisturizer or your foundation. I'm going to mix it into some moisturizer to use it as more of a body bronzer. And actually for the size of this, because it's a big container, it's 1 ounce, I can see it being a good product if you can mix it into moisturizer for your body. This is a $29.50 value US from their website. Temptu does have some other non-airbrush makeup products. They seem to have a range of lipsticks. They have some things that look like they are aimed more at makeup artists. So for example, they have a palette of concealers, and it's everything from very light to very deep, which only really makes sense if you're buying it to use on a number of different people with very different skin types. They also have a color corrector wheel, which has, you know, all the different color of undertone for color correcting. And again, it seems like the kind of thing that you would want on hand if you were dealing with a number of different people's color correcting issues, that you could have it as a go-to in one place. So we might get a little bit silly playing with this because I can layer it up and see how bronzed it gets me. I am not a person who tans. I have freckles, so many freckles. So I tend to burn and then get more freckles. I'm not a person who tans unless I had a few summer jobs where I was working in the sun all summer and I seem to build up a bit of a tan, but I'm not used to seeing myself looking very bronze. So the description of this is the Shimmer Bronzer bronzes and contours the complexion. This multi-use bronzer delivers a soft golden glow, but can also be layered for a deep tan. It says it's oil-free, non-comedogenic, I can't say that word, and hypoallergenic. You get 1 ounce. So they have 3 different looks you can use with this product. Look 1. Drop a few drops on the back of your hand using a stipple brush or wet soft sponge. Dab into the product. Dab on your face where the sun usually hits, cheekbones, forehead, nose, jawline, etc., and start to blend out. So we are going to use this and see what we can do. And this actually is cleaned. It's just getting to the point where I need to get a new beauty blender because it's getting stained. But it's damp and squishy and ready to go. I'm nervous about this. There's a shaker ball in there, so let's get it good and shaken up. These are the kind of makeup looks you do at the end of the night, just before you take your makeup off, when you test all kinds of new things and see how crazy it looks on you. Okay, that's weird. I tried this when it first came in my Boxycharm box, and it came out really quickly then. It seems like it has crusted over a little bit at the end of it, which is kind of gross. So I'm just going to clean that off before I put it on my hand. Take 2. Oh my god, seriously? It's clogged into it? It's not coming out. Holy crap, that is like clogged. Okay, I think I got it sorted. I have to go find a clean toothpick to jam into this. I am not impressed, because if this is a product I tried out 2 weeks ago and it is this clogged, ugh, okay, I will be back. So I think I just wasted about 1/10 of this when it all came splurting out when it finally got unclogged. So good thing that I have a bunch of clean toothpicks and I know where they are. So finally. See how quickly that comes out? That's what it was like when I first opened it. So this is the color. I'm a little concerned about what this will look like on my skin. Let's see. Here's something I don't understand. Where the sun hits me is going to be like the perimeter of my face here, jawline, and it says my nose, but usually when you highlight, don't you usually highlight the tops of your cheekbones and the top of your nose? I don't know. Let's give it a try. That is very dark on me. So it's interesting. When I look in the viewfinder, it looks like I have, okay, it could be 2 things. It's either I'm not used to seeing myself bronzer, or this is entirely the wrong shade of bronzer for me, or I have applied it too dark. In person, it doesn't look as crazy as it looks on the viewfinder here. But I don't know, maybe it doesn't look crazy. Maybe this gives my face more definition. It is the tiniest amount that you need to use. Basically, I was dipping a little bit into where I actually got the product out here and then bouncing as much of it off as I could on my hand before going into my face, because you saw how dark that initially was along my hairline. I have to say, I don't see how this is shimmer bronzer. I don't see any shimmer in it at all. Not that that is a bad thing. I prefer if the bronzer isn't shimmery. It's just interesting that it had that name. It's weird looking at it in the viewfinder here, and I do find that once I go and look at the tape, I really get a different opinion because I can see everything when I start to edit. So I will just let editing Melissa let me know what she thinks, perhaps down below here, about what this looks like in her opinion looking at this video later. This is look 1. Look 2 is hand apply to your eyelid with your finger or a brush for a bronzed lid. For a smoky effect, apply your favorite shadow on top and blend. The bronzer will act as a primer and eyeshadow will not crease. Okay, they mention your finger first, so I am going to try that. And I'm going to continue using the stuff that is still on my hand. I'm going to zoom in to show you what it's like on the eyes. I think I maybe prefer it as a easy go-to eyeshadow. I think if it really stays for a while and doesn't crease, it might be good. Now I'm going to try to apply an eyeshadow over top of it. So I have here my well-loved Smashbox Full Exposure little mini palette. I'm going to do a little bit of blending and work on it, and then I will show you a close-up. So I feel like I maybe like this better as a eyeshadow base than as a bronzer. And again, that could just be because I'm not used to using bronzer. But I did find that it gave me a really nice dark base for doing a bit of a brown smoky eye, and the eyeshadows that I used did layer nicely on top of it. I'll zoom you in to take a look there. I also took a flat brush and did just a little bit of the shimmer bronzer underneath my lower lash line. I don't have any mascara or eyeliner or anything on at this point, so I'll just zoom you in to show you. Finally, let's try look 3. And look 3 is for a natural glow, add a few drops of shimmer bronze shimmer to your favorite primer or body lotion, mix and apply all over the face or body. So we are going to put some here. I have my giant container of Vaseline moisturizer with Intensive Care Cocoa Radiant with cocoa butter, and we're going to mix in on the back of my hand a few drops of the shimmer bronzer, put it on and see what it does. This is why I wore a shirt that I don't mind getting a bit dirty, because I'm a little concerned about how much this is going to get over everything in my life once I put it on. It's a lot. I feel like I'm doing a very weird experiment. Okay. So I hope you can see there's sort of one dot in there. Let's make it a little more. Why not? I just tested a little bit on my leg and I don't really see a difference. So this huge amount, I'm going to add a little bit more too. This is the delightful finished product that I have, which looks disgusting. Let me try putting it on like this half of my shoulder and my neck and see if we see a difference. Well, that looks patchy. Okay, go to town with this. Maybe a bit of a difference. It looks now like my chest matches my face a bit more, which I guess is good. I'm gonna finish this video and then let it set for a little bit. And then I'm just gonna press a paper towel on myself and see if it transfers off, because it's not gonna be very helpful if it just gets on everything around me. Even as it is now, I'm very concerned about sitting on my white duvet with all of this on. So, this product I think is a product that blends well. I mean, I was really able to work it around and get it to where I wanted it to be. I do like it as an eyeshadow base. This is in no way something I would have bought on my own. So it's that fun kind of product. It's why you get subscription boxes a lot of the time, is to try things that you would never try on your own. And this is one of those. I would never try this on my own. I wouldn't think it was my color. I wouldn't try using a liquid bronzer, but I do think it will be fun to play with more for the eyeshadow and using it as an eyeshadow base. Because it feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel sticky in any way. It went on in a way that seemed very blendable. So that was good. I think maybe when it gets back into summer again and I have a little bit more color, or maybe I'll use this. I really want to see what this looks like when I take a look in the viewfinder and when I go and look in the mirror and the light and everything, to see how it looks on me, if it makes me look any healthier or glowier. I think if you like liquid bronzers, I think this would be good for you. I mean, people were so into the color effects drops, the shimmer drops, and the bronzer drops, and I feel like this would give you the same thing, and it is a lower price than the Cover FX ones. I think it is a nice color. I don't think it's too orangey, so I think it would probably suit people. It does blend nicely, like I said. I think there's a good number of uses for it. For me personally, this is probably not something that I am going to ever look to buy again, and I'm not sure I will ever have anything else from Temptu because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be doing any of the airbrushing, but this has been fun to play around with, because when do I ever get to do this? I don't, and look, it looks like I have a tan, and that never happens. So I think this product is good for what it is. Just know what you're getting into. I don't like how clogged this bottle got. That wasn't very nice, because it kind of seems like if you use this, put it away for a couple weeks, it's work to get it to come back out again. It was really jammed up. But I've enjoyed playing with this. I think in the last few minutes, let's go crazy on the tan. Let's do that. Very tanned? Very tan. Let's do the final test for today, and that is, oh, look at how white that looks against me. I'm not actually rubbing this, I'm just pressing it against myself. No transfer. And now we're just gonna do this. Surprisingly, not bad. Yeah, okay, a little bit more came off there. So, I mean, if you wanted to use this as a body bronzer in your moisturizer, I think it does make a little bit of a difference. I wouldn't necessarily wear white or put a lot of it on your legs and arms and sit on a white couch or a white bed. But I think I went into this video thinking I was going to hate everything about this, and I came out thinking it's kind of a fun product. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys, and going through all my weirdness this evening with me. I'm gonna go take the makeup remover to my face now and go from being tan to pale and freckly again. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. You can click on my little face, which I think appears right here, to subscribe to my channel, and you can also watch one of my older videos here, one of my other product reviews. I review all the products in my Boxycharm box and my Ipsy bag every month, and please give me a thumbs up if you like this. Thanks so much, and have a great night. Bye.